7:01, we'll call the Plan Commission to order. Lower the roll, please.
Mr. Holt.
Yeah, I do.
Mr. Pepler.
Here.
Mr. Polash. Mr. Split.
Here.
Mr. Will.
Here.
Mrs. Julian. Here. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Lori. First, we have approval of the agenda for this evening. We don't have any changes or modifications to the agenda. I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Any further question or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have approved meeting minutes from September 18th. Lengthy. Any questions or discussion on these? I'll make a motion to approve the minutes, Larry.
I'll second.
Any further questions or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We have 3 action items this evening. They're actually all certified survey maps. The first one's going to be Tom Rogers, Coombe Street. Lori, I think there's something we've been trying to get on the agenda for a while, but we haven't had anything of importance other than just this one. So Tom's been here before. He's building a new house and has a couple lots and combining them because of putting a outbuilding down on one by Marine Drive.
Correct.
Dennis is shaking his head. That's what we're doing here this evening, right? Anything to add to that?
Well, just that there's more than one lot there, more than 2 lots, there's about 3 lots, 4
Right.
lots are already combined down here, but everything's combined now to make it right,
Right.
all in one lot.
And Lud, you've looked at this?
Yeah, I have.
Building inspector's looked at it. She's not here this evening, but she's looked at it and everything's good on that, from that standpoint.
Yep.
Any questions or discussion? Everybody knows what, John?
Does that make it by ordinance, he can't put any more homes on that without having to divide it again then?
I believe so, yes.
Yes.
Because it would be one
Yes,
single.
one primary,
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
you're correct.
And it down,
And what is the zoning on it? So then it's all zoned
R1.
R1, everything is, so there's no ag
There's
at all?
not an egg land
No.
anymore.
Okay.
and originally, remember, it was probably 6 months ago, whenever he came, there's no horses or nothing. It's just
Yeah.
house, he's done and out of that, and just his residential, personal property and house, and it's because of that outbuilding down there, he needs to do this. The house that was down there, if anybody's been by it, John, you probably know, is gone, and the driveway's rerouted there a little bit, but I guess there's a building he wants to do. Anything else? Entertain a motion?
I'd make a motion to approve the certified survey map for Tom Rogers, Coombe Street.
Okay.
Second.
Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Our next one is going to be certified survey map, Silver Creek Dentistry, 1209 West Fond du Lac Street. Lori, they're doing something with parking here, you had said? So they need to,
They're moving the lot line over by 7 feet, and their plan is to sell the lot next door, and it does combine the two lots on the parcel next door.
Well, actually, it's gonna be moved more than that, because it's gonna be 7 feet west of the proposed addition to the parking lot.
Oh,
It's showing here 7 feet from the parking area. And so actually it's being moved over about 30 feet altogether, I believe,
okay,
I see.
yep, see what you're saying.
on the top. The dash line on the survey shows where the old line was.
and then they're going to sell off the other piece?
Yeah,
So they're selling, they're selling lot 1 then, is what you're saying?
exactly.
Okay. I see.
At some time.
Mhm.
And so they're gonna add that piece of parking. They're gonna add that piece of parking there, or is that, because that's past the dotted line right now?
Right.
Yeah.
We'll add that.
Mhm.
So I just wanna make sure that when we do this, those numbers, make sure that when that parking is there, it's far enough off the lot line or whatever we need to have, because I do not know that, I just,
Yeah, it shows
Right.
7 foot on the drawing here from the parking to
Lot
the new
line.
lot line.
Okay.
okay. Everything, all staff, everybody's copacetic with that, and
I am not going to say I know that. Do you know what the distance between? the
because you know what I'm getting at,
property?
we
Yeah.
do this,
Yeah, so
he
then
sells
somebody
it,
sells it.
he goes to put it in,
Comes in.
and the
Right.
person that
Yeah,
buys it
and
says,
you can't go
well, you
that
gotta be 8 feet, or
Right.
whatever the
Right.
number is,
Right.
I don't know that, and I just wanna make
far.
sure
We
that.
can approve it subject to that being
Right.
brought back.
Sue did review it and she
Well,
told me she
yeah,
had no
we
issues.
consulted with Sue on 7 foot is a,
Okay,
It's
if
a
that's,
great number,
if that's
yeah.
the standard, then I'm good.
Yep,
I'll
that's,
have the
That
ordinance
is the
in front of
minimum you're saying, of the setback.
yeah.
me. Yeah, okay, we'll run with that then.
okay. Other questions, discussion? They are a busy place down there, and the parking lot is full
Mhm.
every
Yeah.
day. Yep. Lots of employees and lots of customers coming and going, which is a good thing.
I'll make a motion to approve the survey map as it's been presented to us tonight,
Okay,
Silver Creek Hill.
I'll second that.
we have a motion and a second. Any further questions or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you.
Yeah, can I sign these? Or you wanna wait till?
We can probably, let's take this other one here
Okay,
quick, Dennis,
take that
because
one.
it shouldn't take too long there either. This one is pretty simple. So the next one's gonna be certified survey map Sweeney Properties, 1139 West Fond du Lac Street. And there again, they're selling a parcel off here, I believe.
That is correct, yes.
And it looks like right-of-ways and setbacks and everything to get back to that piece of property is, we're good with everything?
Yes. Mr. Sweeney's planning on keeping lot 2, he's gonna be selling lot 1.
Okay, so he's selling lot 1, keeping lot 2.
Yes.
Lot 2 is the one where the building is back there now?
Yes.
Okay,
At page 2 should show the, where the buildings are. And pavement, fence lines, and
Yep.
what else is on there.
I got a question.
Yep.
Lot 1 is there, are you talking this lot
No,
one?
no, no, that one,
That one he's selling?
yes.
Okay.
any other questions or discussion? Just, we have 2 survey companies here tonight, Dennis Green and Don is the other one, just so, we don't see Don too often, but just so everybody knows, people watching at home and stuff, and they're both representing their prospective customers and clients here with the properties here. So any other questions or discussion on this item? I'll make a motion to approve the certified survey map as presented this evening.
I'll second it.
Any further questions or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. The more you guys keep busy, the more good that's going in our community, so.
Right, yeah.
Okay, take a look at the page here. Takes care of all of our action items. Next, we're gonna have a discussion item, and that's gonna be on the comprehensive plan update. This one. Okay, explain that to you in just a second. Who did I work with?
Johnson, yeah.
Thank you both.
Thanks, Dennis.
See what good.
See, it is.
Very easy.
Thank you.
Another lefty.
Oh, yes.
Got three brothers that are lefty.
I take it you're not.
Ooh,
So,
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Sit down.
I like the quick service and signing.
That's right, use your left hand.
Okay, the discussion item this evening is gonna be comprehensive plan update. This is something that Lori and I came across with working with MSA. I don't know if we mentioned to the plan commission yet or not. John would know because he's council member, but MSA is another tool in our toolbox that we've been working with for probably the last 6 months. And they have a lot of expertise and technology and most of all employees and all kinds of facets of stuff. And this is something they brought to our attention. We're working on some other stuff for council.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a state regulation rule that we have to update our comprehensive plan every 10 years, right? And so we're right in that cycle now when this has to be looked at and worked on. And we need to work on this and get it approved sometime, Lori, this year? How much time do we have?
there's no real, it's just every 10 years you have to update it.
Okay. Anything you want to add, Lori or Lud, right now?
No, it is a requirement, you don't have a choice. It looks like you got a quote that's reasonable.
Yeah, I reached out to Martinson and Isley, who is the firm that created the plan back in 2008. It was adopted in 2009 by the council. And they gave me a price of about $24,000. MSA said they could do a simple update for $15,000, or if we wanted to do a more detailed, complex update, it would be between $20,000 and $25,000. So it appears that MSA would be the lower cost option.
With the simpler one is what we're kind of recommending right now, because there's, our funding has been tight for the last 10 years, and there's not a whole lot we're gonna do with things anyways, but because we have to do this from the state, you have, the proposals in there Lori's talking about. The plan commission then would send a recommendation forward to the council on what this body would like to see, and then they have to approve it because they actually have to find the money. And as of right now, John Split's on council and in here, so I'd be looking to him and letting him know now that we would probably have to take this out of contingency, even knowing that we just did the budget, just passed it, it's beginning of the year, but this is a state mandated requirement that we have to do. So, short from taking it from contingency, Lori, there's no place else right now that,
No, we did not budget for this.
right? And we found out after we did the budget, as I said, that we just working with MSA, I think we probably talked about this in the last month when we met with them, and they brought this to our attention, so we didn't want to wait. And so whatever this body feels, and I don't think nothing urgent, we could bring it back at the next meeting and discuss it again if you want to think about this and research a little bit or talk about it in what you want to send forward to council, or if you let them, I'm going to lean on you now as their legal expertise, is if this body understands that legally we have to do this and would leave it up to the council to decide. I mean, if spending the extra money and doing a more comprehensive one is something the council would do, can we let the council make that choice, seeing they're the ones ultimately gonna have to make the decision to spend the money for it? If this body would be fine with either one, or do you want this body
I think you want this body to give direction.
one way or
So I think
the
putting
other?
this back on the agenda and giving
Yeah, I don't wanna decide
Lori and I an
tonight.
opportunity to get it, put together a presentation as to the difference between the two and why we could get away with perhaps a basic
Right,
update, given the.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Given what we've got here, if we see any
Yep.
major issues. So something that Lori and I probably should go through before we make a final recommendation.
I like that idea and support that 100%, John.
What is it that they're looking for, or what we're looking at? Land use, what possible subdivisions, how to improve sewers, or
Yeah, I'll let Lori give you a little
water?
1,000-foot overview, there, Lori, go
Yeah,
ahead.
just maybe a quick one.
The state does not define an update. I got this off of, the state's website. Optimally, they say they would like the government, local government to update background information such as demographic data and the current land use map. It also go through a public participatory process to evaluate all of the goals, objectives, policies and programs put forth by the original plan and update them as well as the future land use plan. So,
There's a lot more in here than that,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of,
those are the basics that they would like
they
to see
want to see you
updated.
touch.
But it can be a very involved
Yeah,
process. Like
I
when
would
I went
imagine.
through Fond du Lac County's hazard mitigation plan, that took us 2
Mm-hmm.
years to, do that. So-
And the titling of this one is 2008 to 2028, and so in theory, there's still some good stuff in here.
Sure.
In terms of what we anticipated to be the needs and the use of lands in the city. And it covers a range of topics, and I think it'd be healthy for us to kind of give you that overview. So you're just not shooting in the dark as to what we have, and I think Lori has done a good job, at least from the 10,000-foot perspective, saying this may be the minimum we can get away with.
Right.
And how good is this is something that we gotta talk about.
Oh, it is.
And the consultant would walk us through step by
Okay.
step each tab, each process
Good.
that we need to update. This is on our website if anyone wants to look at it.
Okay.
It's available.
Perfect.
Yeah, the body doesn't have to figure it out and do it. That's what you pay, that's what we're looking for the money to go through that. But then, what fits with us in our community, we wanna
Exactly,
give
that's,
a
that, I
recommendation.
mean, you gotta be able to
We
say,
gotta work with them.
we're satisfied with
Yeah.
what's in here, is what this body should be
Mhm.
signing off on. You can't do that unless we've seen it and talked about it and had kind of a, why we're doing it this way versus the other way.
Well, it looks like it's got quite a few areas that it's covering. It's,
That's,
No, I like that idea. We can either get it on the next meeting or the one after that as an update from staff, and then from there, if we're ready to move it forward to council, we can. If not, we can do it at a meeting after that or something, but
and it is available online, and
Yep.
It's on our
anybody,
website.
okay,
so-
so you can take a look at the website. If anybody needs it printed out, just contact Lori.
anyway.
Yes, I think it's something that each member should take a look at, either online or physically look at it, so you know what you're talking about.
Go ahead,
I'm
John.
just curious, from '09, did we accomplish what some of those goals were, or? We
I
did?
was not
Okay.
involved in this process at
Okay.
all back in 2008, so that was not something I was
There's
included in.
one guy sitting in the room here that was part of that probably back then.
Yeah,
I don't know if
and
he's-
actually, I think I used John Blazel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For the most part,
when
I think John
came
was
on,
sitting and
he was-
playing more,
He was at a
more
couple
than I was,
meetings,
so
yes.
yes, yeah,
That's
This would be
right.
new for all of us.
yeah.
Okay. And then that doesn't mean, just because we have it in a book, it doesn't mean we can't change it and.
Correct.
And
Right.
Correct.
evolve it as,
Necessary.
say it's, 2025 now or whatever,
Right.
and, okay.
Yeah, you can always amend this plan at
Working
any point in time, it doesn't have to be at this stage. You may find as you go through this, that's something we should look at next year, or that's something we should look at 2 years from now.
We just legally have to have it updated.
Mhm.
Correct.
And as Lud says, maybe there's nothing that has to change in
Yeah.
it. Maybe there's one thing,
Yeah.
maybe there's 50 things in
Yeah.
it. But that's the reason why they make us do it. And
otherwise, everything that was in '08, nothing has been added to the.
No, I don't know that we've amended the comprehensive
No,
plan.
we have
really,
not.
and some cities do, for various reasons, but I think we had a pretty good feel of the
Sure.
demographics at that point in time.
Okay, so we'll look forward to seeing that on a future agenda meeting. then. Next, we have project update staff reports. Is there anything, Lori, that you can think of,
No,
other
nothing.
than this? Okay. Any other agenda items other than what we just discussed? No? Any questions from the board? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. John, yeah?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Thank you.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I did just want to mention